Hello again, everybody, and welcome into CTN Ann Arbor's Game of the Week. I'm Nick Wisniewski, soon to be joined by the legend, Pistol Pete Poyer, and we're here at the Eagles Nest for field hockey, where we've got the visiting Pioneers taking on the Skyline Eagles. Both of these squads are doing quite well so far this season. The home team Eagles are 6-1, Pioneers 6-0-1. Both teams are really doing a great job putting the ball in the net, really aggressive play on both ends, and quality goalkeeping, both squads right now. So stick around for CTN's Game of the Week.
And welcome to CTN Sports presentation of the Game of the Week. I'm Pete Poyer along with Nick Wisniewski. We have women's field hockey on tap. Pioneers visiting the Skyline Eagles. Both teams with some great records there, as you see on the screen. And we are just about to get underway, and we should get a good matchup tonight, huh, Nick?
Yeah, sure seems that way. Skyline just coming off a really closely contended loss against the River Rats last Friday, as you might have seen on Game of the Week. It's still on the YouTube channel. That was quite a match that you and Kevin called. Back and forth. Skyline had some really fun, long goals, some interesting redirections too. And the Pioneers on the other end, they put the ball in the net, man. They're scoring 5-6 goals per game, depending on their opponent. So we should see some fun offense here today.
Well, it was a good matchup there, and it should be a good matchup tonight. Now both teams kind of feeling each other out, looking for get a continued and sustained possession. Out of bounds there, it'll be Skyline's ball.
And getting back to that Huron Skyline match, it's worth noting that the Eagles were without two of their better players last Friday night. They didn't have their starting goaltender, Annika Jaglin, and they were without one of their attackers as well. So now back up to full strength. We'll see what they can do against the Pioneers.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Skyline possession behind the goal. Back underway. You see the Pioneers really attacking in their offensive zone. There's a quick whistle, a foul on Skyline. That pass didn't connect.
Out of bounds. Eagles ball.
Yeah, early lead is, goes without saying, always an important thing to gather in any sport, but more so in field hockey, especially when you've got a game that is so low scoring. And honestly, it takes so long at times to get the ball upfield. So getting that early lead, so this early press by the Pioneers, always a good move. High risk, high reward, obviously.
Now Pioneers with it. Trying to work it down towards the goal. To the side of the goal. There's a nice defense of a would-be pass. Now it's in front of the net and covered up by the goalkeeper.
And that does appear to be Annika Jaglin, their usual goalkeeper for the Eagles, senior goaltender. An intimidating 5'1" listed on the score sheet here.
So a corner for the Pioneers. Play is started, trying to get a shot on net. There it is, and it's in the net for Pioneers' first goal.
And I'm not sure if that was tipped in on that far edge by one of the Pioneer attackers or if that one just went straight in. But first blood for the Pioneers here this evening.
Take a look at it here on the replay. Here's the shot.
There's that big shot right there, bouncing shot. Didn't look
like
that
just
Kresge got
the
it.
Goalkeeper and the player behind the goalkeeper and into the net. Oh, Pioneer draws first blood. And there's a foul on Pioneer using the back of the stick, which you are not allowed to do. There's a goal directed on net. Nice save made.
Roberts. Corner, Skyline.
Corner for the Eagles, try and even this match up at 1. There's shot is blocked. Another whistle, and Skyline will get another corner.
And that'll be Ella Roberts in net for the Pioneers.
Play is started again. Nice pass, deflected, right in front of the goalkeeper, kicked away.
33, Ella Roberts.
And the Pioneers will stick it away.
You know, Pete, you mentioned a minute ago, if you don't see a lot of field hockey, you might not know some of the rules, but you mentioned it, how you can't, the players aren't allowed to use the back end of that stick. I mean, it's so amazing what these girls can do with that stick, just that quick little wrist turn in order to kind of fake the backhand and work around it with just not the just more straightforward kind of play. It's really incredible what they can do.
Skyline's got it. Trying to work it into an open area. Got a clean shot. That one's knocked away by the Pioneer defense. Out of bounds. Stay Skyline possession.
Out of bounds. Eagles ball.
Try to get it through the Pioneer player. Nice defense there. That's Cecilia Maxiner. Skyline again with a goal directed. That's going to go to the right-hand side and over the goal line.
Out of bounds.
I believe it was Jessica Courtright with the shot on that last one. Couple of Courtrights out there. Also a couple of your bigger players out on that field. Junior Lauren Courtright, clocking in at 6 foot even, if the stat sheet is to be believed. And younger sister Jessica, 5'8".
That's pretty tall.
It is. It is. Shockingly taller than me.
It's not so shocking.
No, not even a little bit.
Out of bounds. Eagles ball.
So far, Pete, we've seen some really aggressive defense from the Pioneers right now. They've done a really nice job of getting up in front of those Skyline attackers and then doing a pretty good job of getting into transition and moving the ball forward.
The play has been down in the Pioneer zone. Skyline's had some opportunities. Just good defense by those Pioneer ladies. Now we're back down on the Skyline end. Whistle and a corner for the Pioneers. Another scoring opportunity here.
Yeah, good defense by Pioneer, as you mentioned, and just, again, lots of aggressive play. That's something that Coach Nixon really stresses, the aggressiveness of her team.
Ball defensed away. Pioneer covers it. tries to get the shot. Right in front of the goalkeeper, kicked away.
Number 99, Annika Jackson.
Whistle and Eagle ball.
Great job by Isabel Still on that last one to grab that rebound and get it out of the front crease area.
Skyline trying to work it downfield. Here's a look at that last attempt on a goal.
Out of bounds. Pioneers ball.
Big shot right there. Excellent job by Annika Jaglin to stay in front of that, and then again to trust her defenders to scoop that up and get it out of the way. That's a goalie's worst nightmare, is making that really nice save. Then you have that big rebound out to just a waiting attacker.
Out of bounds. Pioneers ball.
A little bit of a mishandle picked up by Pioneer. And ball out of bounds. Skyline possession.
Out of bounds. Eagles ball.
Really got to like both teams' willingness to attack the ball. Try and steal it away from whoever's moving the ball forward.
And it's funny you mentioned that, because both coaches talked about trusting, the players trusting each other. And when I pressed each of them, what do you trust each other? What does that mean? What does it mean to trust each other out there? They talked about how, if you do go to make an aggressive play, you trust that somebody's got your back. Or you trust that somebody's covering you just in case that doesn't work. And that goes for every single player out on the field, whether it's an attacker, whether it's a midfielder, defender, goalkeeper. You're trusting that if you don't make this, somebody's out there for you. And both squads so far are showing that. And records alone will show you that.
Absolutely. First 10 minutes down, 20 minutes to go here in the first half. Pioneer with the only goal so far. They lead it 1-0.
As that shot pulls out a little wide, you can see that the whole field is in the shadow now. This lovely fall evening in Michigan.
Community Television Network's Doppler radar had the game time temperature at 71 degrees.
That Doppler radar is never wrong either from CTN. That is true. Yeah, 71 degrees.
It's my car temperature gauge. So.
Is that what it is? That's great.
Yeah. I got it. It was 71 when I got out of the car, so it'll work.
That works. I think that feels about right.
You really can't ask for much better weather. I mean,
no.
It's a little breezy, but everybody in the fans are enjoying this evening. Had a nice evening of field hockey to watch.
Corner, Pioneer.
And it has been unseasonably warm here for this first month or so of the high school sports season. So the fact that that's kind of dropped out a little bit and things have cooled down, that's been nice. As we see this replay here on a high stick.
Well, rather inadvertent high stick there, but nonetheless, a corner for Pioneer. To kind of corral the pass, try and get in front of the net. There's a wide angle shot. Nice save made by the pad. The glove save there. That was going into the net, the high corner.
Great shot, too, with the backhand.
Intercept there by the Eagles.
And here we can see that replay from Birmingham. He just waits for her moment and just chucks it up there. Just a great shot. Just that great little punch shot, if that's out on the golf course right there. And great heads-up play there by Jaglin to stay in front of that and knock that down as well.
Out of bounds. Pioneers ball.
Something else we're seeing a lot of so far, Pete, that really nice form from all these young ladies so far. They're doing a great job of bending over and getting low in the receiving passes, taking shots. The form is looking really good. They're in mid-season form.
Well, I think it speaks
form.
to the talent of both teams when these teams are trying these long passes, and there's one of the other players in the way of that pass, ready to intercept.
Completely correct. Fundamentals are going to be strong if you want to play good any sport, field hockey included, and you're just seeing really strong fundamentals from both these teams so far.
Certainly wouldn't want to take a shot from one of those balls hitting
no
your shin or something.
No, any sort of open skin, especially, not feeling great. Needless to say, you don't want it hitting your bean either, hitting you in the noodle.
Absolutely. And there's another Pioneer goal. That one a little surprising, I think. I don't think the Skyline defense or the goalkeeper is quite ready for that.
No, I'm not sure exactly what happened because, yeah, you're right. The ball came in, the attacker came in, and just kind of seemed to roll it up and over. Not a big swing, not a big shot, not a hard shot. You can see that one come up, splitting the defenders there. And I wonder if that it hit off the Skyline defender's stick, and that's what popped it up. And like you said, nobody was ready for it. Jaglin wasn't ready for it.
It's kind of like one of those drop shots you see in water polo.
Yeah.
Right over the goalkeeper and into the net.
Yep, you're used to seeing all these hard hit shots, all these just lasers coming at you, and then all of a sudden you've got this loopy, arcing ephus pitch shot, and you don't know what to do with it. You're off guard on that.
Pitch, all right.
Yeah, you see, that's old school right there.
Hey,
you can see her attacking one more time.
Super slow-mo action here.
Beautiful.
And it was right off her stick and bounced
right
up in the air.
Right off the backhand, not off the flat. If that hits the flat end, she probably puts an end to that right there. That stops just dead as a doornail right there. But since it rolled up the curved edge, popped up and went right over Jaglin. And here you can see Coach Jane Nixon. I asked her before the game, how long have you been coaching now? She says, math isn't my strong suit, she says, but she's been here since '98. So anybody at home wants to cut the math on that there. Welcome to. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's quick. That's quick.
Well, you know what you do?
You subtract the thing. 98.
98?
Yep.
Well, then, wait.
There
18.
it is.
That's 20.
Count by tens. You should be a teacher.
Oh, God.
Like that.
I don't have the patience. I'd be kicked out my first day.
And speaking of teachers, right there, we've got
like Sam Kinnison,
Coach Bear
from Back to School.
You strike me as a Mr. Cotter type. I think you'd be all right.
You think so?
Yeah, sure.
I can't put up with any misbehavior at
right.
all. Some of these kids nowadays are not afraid to push the limits.
Push some buttons. I think that's kids throughout history, though. It's not like kids in your class where you never did that. Well, I didn't either, obviously. But I don't know. Some of my less reputable friends, I can't speak to those guys and gals. You see Pioneer once again on the attack.
Trying to scoop that down by the end line. Over the end line. Skyline's possession.
That was a really nice job. I believe that was by Birmingham going to find open space. That's such an important aspect of this sport. Trying to get away from defenders or just somebody else from the other team and finding open space. And all the better if somebody leads you there.
There's a nice intercept there by Skyline. Pioneer covered up quickly. And you just, passes have to be sharp. You can't be lazy or the other team will take advantage.
Yeah, Pioneer is doing a great job playing that team defense. Even their attackers are doing a really, really nice job of pressing up, getting the ball back, and then keeping possession or just trying to create more opportunities. They're doing a really nice job in the midfield, and the attackers are doing a good job of not letting Skyline do that counter punch, which is what they did so well against the River Rats last Friday. It's funny though, Coach Nixon did tell me that they're still really working on their corners and their set plays like that. They said they're not really where they want to be yet, so she's got the benefit of having a lot of different pieces that they can put in and out to try different things, but they're not set yet.
There's a pickup by Skyline. Trying to get a goal to get back in this match, down 2. Just about 14 minutes to go here in half number 1.
Once again, Skyline trying for those big passes on that last opportunity, but Pioneer's ready for him.
Nice move there. Trying to drop it back. We have a whistle. And a foul on Skyline, and Pioneer will get the corner. That's actually a good play by the Skyline defense to stop that rush.
Yep. Yeah, they seemed like they were all on their heels on that one, so the fact that you put a stop to that and give your players a chance to all get back and work things out this way as opposed to being an odd man rush.
Like Helen Brush on that rush. To be too rhymey. There's the shot. And directed away past the goal.
Great job by Jaglin there to be aggressive, go out there and just poke that one away.
Pioneer's ball.
Pioneer will get another corner. Looks like they'll start this from out top. Let's look at the replay.
Yeah, Jaglin with a great job there. You know, one thing I will say about Pioneer right now, it seems like they've got some really strong stick handlers. While their passing is crisp and strong, their players aren't afraid to take the ball and move with it, move towards defenders or try to create opportunities for themselves. Whereas thus far, it seems like its Skyline strength is passing and trying to find somebody open in that way.
Pioneers these last few minutes are able to apply quite a bit of pressure, getting their scoring opportunities.
Yeah, and the more you press, the more you press, the more you press, the more opportunities you're going to get, and the better chance you have of that ball going in the net. It doesn't even have to be something really good to get that thing in. Just mistakes will happen when you're just constantly pushing forward. Or if you're like the Eagles, if you're just constantly on your heels, bad things are going to happen.
Pass does not connect, out of bounds. Back to Skyline.
Yeah, once again, I'm not sure if the long passes are really Pioneer's forte. See what the Eagles can do here.
Intercepted by Pioneer. They're playing a really, really good game, getting in front of passes. Nice little give and go right there.
And again, just great stick handling by Pioneer there.
Shot off, trying to tip it in and just failed to connect.
Just
close call there.
Yeah, coast to coast. That was just a really well set up play from start to finish. That was
the passing was outstanding.
Out of bounds.
Yeah, it started with Elizabeth Kresge coming up and then just staying with it the whole way. And like you said, nice give and go. And then
just
a final
a little
opportunity
bit late
there.
Getting there to the ball.
Natalie Millman there with the shot. And then she also had a player streaking towards the net who could have gotten a stick on the ball.
I think she would have liked that directed right a little bit more on net.
Yeah.
And the streaking player could have got the rebound.
Yep, that's a great call. That is a great call.
Here come the Pioneers once again.
I think you lose a little bit of an advantage there when you hit the turf, but the Pioneer player there barely broke stride. She knew exactly what to do. She had somebody behind her, and she could set her up from that direction.
Another thing to pay attention to if you're not a big field hockey fan, watch how the girls put their body between the defending player or the player trying to get the ball away and the ball.
Yes.
You know, you see an attacker come up and they immediately kind of shift themselves to try and keep that ball, keep their body between the ball and the opposing player.
Yep, completely correct. Completely correct. And that's, like you said, once again, just great form, good fundamentals. They're doing that exactly as they're supposed to, exactly as they're taught.
That's what we call skills.
And that's just another thing we talked about so much. I mean, field hockey, not really a huge sport across the state of Michigan, but it is really big in Ann Arbor, in the Washtenaw County area, and more than just the high schools. Like, a lot of these girls have been playing since middle school or club teams earlier than that, so they've fostered these skills. These fundamentals are second nature for a lot of them, where a lot of athletes who might just be picking it up are still just trying to figure out the basics. Here we can see a replay there, a nice high shot. That gets you right on the finger, the wrist there, maybe?
That's going to leave a mark.
Didn't phase her, though. Like, it hit her, she shook it, and then just turned around and was ready to go.
Might be a little sore after the game.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Throw some ice on it, though, and you're cool.
Rub some dirt.
Rub some dirt. There's no dirt on that turf anymore.
That's right.
Out of bounds.
Have to go find some.
Ball.
Yeah, right.
Once again, really working it down the field well. Nice little between the legs pass there to herself.
Great stick handling again by Pioneer attackers. That's Natalie Millman there. And with this aggressive play, they're rewarded once again with another corner play.
Start this from the opposite corner.
I believe that's Elizabeth Kresge down there, starting things off.
There's a long shot, deflected away, down low, right in front of the net. Sticked away by Skyline. Another corner for Pioneer. This can't help the Eagles' game plan here, being down in their end, defending all these corners.
No, just can't get it out of their end because of that aggressive style by the Pioneers. There you see she just couldn't quite receive it exactly as she wanted to, couldn't one-time it, and then just kind of bounced off her stick a little bit, but Pioneer keeps it in their end.
There's the pass, there's the shot. That one was blocked, never got to the net.
Zoe Borman with a solid opportunity there. But still, the Eagles' defense holds.
Well, they really got to play stout here in the last 6 minutes of this first half. They can't allow Pioneer any more goals.
No, that's definitely true, and you'd really like to put one in before this half is over.
Cut that deficit to just one.
Mm-hmm. Lot easier to think about or work with.
Oh, Skyline, here they come. There's the shot. That hits the side of the net. Oh, back to the Pioneers. That's been the Eagles' best scoring opportunity in quite a while.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it feels like it's the first time they've gotten within 10 yards in quite a while.
Just a little far. Caught up to it.
Quality job,
Steele over there.
Quality job by Steele to chase that down there.
Another whistle and stoppage of play. Referee didn't like the way she started that, so he's going to start it over. Ball right in front of the Pioneer net.
I'll say the Pioneers are doing a really nice job of marking the attackers coming in. The defenders have a body on every player coming down. That's been a really great job by them thus far this game.
Yeah, Eagles get a corner of their own. Under 4.5 to play in the first half. Hope you're enjoying all the action here on CTN Sports Game of the Week. Knocked aside. It's going to stay Skyline ball.
Stay Skyline ball, as you said, but it just feels like the Eagles are just a hair slower. It feels like passes like that, the Pioneers are getting shots off or getting opportunities, whereas the Eagles just aren't able to pull the trigger quite yet.
Started by the Eagles, trying to work it around, trying to get a shot off. That one's blacked out in front of the goal. And looks like that one is out of bounds and going to stay Eagle ball.
Out of bounds. Eagles ball.
It also feels like a lot of the Eagles' opportunities aren't even getting through to Ella Roberts.
Race for the ball won by the Eagles. But the Pioneers are going to get the possession on the referee's whistle. The Pioneer trying to work it down. And that pass just couldn't get handled over the goal line. Back to the Eagles.
Out of bounds. Eagles ball.
Now with a mere 2:50 left to go here in this first half, this might be one of the last opportunities for the Eagles to get that ball down to their end and try to take a couple of stabs. Try to cut this lead in half.
Intercepted there by Pioneer. Again, the Pioneers trying to work it down. Get a scoring opportunity. There's the pass in front of the net, knocked away. Corralled by the Pioneers. There's the shot and the goal. Zoe Bourmet with the goal for Pioneer, and that gives them a commanding 3-0 lead with
Just
2:14 to go here in the first half.
Really heavy shot by Bourmet there from the top of the key.
Take a look at this goal on replay. There's a nice pass. Picks it up, gets around the defender, and she's got a clear shot and takes it and puts it past the goalkeeper for the Pioneers' third goal.
Just awesome work by Bourmet to create that for herself. She had that player, that defender right in front of her, twisted her stick around, gets a little bit of open space, and then that enabled her to take that big swing and put her team up 3-0 now.
There's another nice intercept by Pioneer.
Yeah, the Pioneers are not satisfied being just up by 3 or to just go into this half quietly. They're going to stay aggressive. They're staying with that press.
Still trying to attack the Skyline player, trying to advance down the field. There's a long pass. Did connect for a moment, but Pioneer right there to take it away. The Pioneers back in business again, trying to get that ball in front of the net. That was a little bit of a whiffed pass there. So the Eagles will get it back.
Out of bounds. Eagles ball.
She lost her stick there. Try a little stick 'em on that maybe.
1 minute to play in the half.
1 minute remaining in the first half.
Connect on a long pass. That fails to connect. And Pioneer puts the pressure on again. One last chance for Pioneer here. Just 30 seconds to go.
Pioneers ball.
And a nice move there. And another one into the net. And Pioneer scores again.
believe that was number 8, Natalie Millman there on that play. Did a great job of backing herself in and then spinning around to send that one in with only 21 seconds left here to go in the first half.
Pioneer up 4-0 now. And Eagles look like they need the halftime break real bad.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. It looks like she put it right between Jaglin's legs. That might have been a 5-hole goal.
10 seconds remaining in the first half.
Just 5 seconds. And time will expire here in half number 1. Pioneer making a big statement on the road, taking a 4-0 lead over the home Skyline Eagles. We're going to take a halftime break and be back with more action right here on CTN Sports Game of the Week.
Stand is open, located behind the front.
I just wish there was some place I could watch my favorite local TV shows.
Wow! Cool, where am I?
You are in a computer terminal.
Who said that?
I am the god of computers. I heard your wish and granted you access to my terminal.
Really? I've always wanted to be inside one of these things. So what's next?
Visit CTN's and the City of Ann Arbor's streaming and video on demand 82gov.org/watchCTN.
What do I do there?
Here you can watch city meetings, community produced programs, school board and education programming, and a whole lot more.
Yes! This is great!
The live streams include CTN's 4 channels: government, public, educational, and community. Just click the sidebar for the channel you prefer and click play.
I can watch 4 channels. Cool.
For video on demand, go to youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor to find your favorite show. Scroll through the mini playlists or simply use the search bar to type in the name of the program.
I wish I knew about this earlier.
Visit 82gov.org/watchCTN for CTN live streams and video on demand.
That's great. Now I can go tell my friends. Once I leave.
Goodbye.
Hello? Stay awesome, Ann Arbor.
Hey, Peanut, guess what? What? Alicia is on Cam TV. Let's watch it.
I don't really feel like it.
Why?
Because I want to watch the interview with the mayor of Ann Arbor.
Well, guess what?
What?
Alicia's interviewing the mayor.
Oh, really? That's awesome. Okay, I'll watch it.
Yay!
Happy Tails.
Hey, wait up!
Happy Tails.
Welcome back to the second half of CTN Sports Game of the Week. We've got field hockey here at Skyline High School as the visiting Pioneers have dominated the first half. They lead it 4-0, as you see there on the screen. What do you think we're going to see more of in this second half after both teams have gotten more instructions from their respective coaches, Nick?
Well, I can't imagine the Pioneer takes their foot off the gas. What they've done so far is just, I don't want to say dismantle the Eagles, but they've pressed them and pressed them and pressed them, and they've forced them to make errors. And what the Pioneers have done is just really play to their strong points, just being really aggressive and taking advantage of the opportunities they've been given. As we see, they're up 4-0. The Eagles, they've got to break through. They've got to break through, whether it's these long passes that they've kind of made their hay with here in the past, or if it's just getting stronger cuts and getting players open in that way. But the Eagles definitely need to get off of their heels and push forward.
Well, I'm sure Skyline head coach Nikki Barnett has given them lots of instructions at halftime, used up that entire 5-minute break, trying to teach these girls what to do and make an adjustment and try and play better.
Yeah, Coach Barrett, she's not new to this either. She's been doing this for 8 seasons now. She knows exactly what is going on both sides of the field, so she knows how to rally her troops and get them in the right frame of mind, and then also cut those X's and O's in a way that her girls can hopefully put a few points on the board.
No foul on Pioneer. Skyline will get the possession back. Well, once again, intercepted by Pioneer. Boy, they're doing a great job on cutting down those outlet passes. Keeping the ball with pressure in the Skyline end.
Yeah, whether you want to call it a press, forechecking, whatever, they are doing great work with it, of not just disrupting those Skyline passes, but also just receiving it and then turning it up in their direction really quickly.
Corner, Pioneer.
Like you said in the first half, Nick, just seems like the Pioneers are just a half step faster. Oh, here's the corner for Pioneer. Oh, back out top. There's a quick shot and knocked away.
Big shot by Serena Brimacombe once again.
Reminder that there is a final call for the concession stands going on at this time.
You really hear the crack of the stick on that shot.
Yeah, you like that. You really like that.
There's another intercept by Pioneer down deep and into the net for Pioneer. And another Pioneer goal.
And a really great job of being patient with that one. She took the ball in, waited for the goaltender to step forward, and she made her move around her rather than being the aggressive one.
That's Millman again, and that's a hat trick for Natalie Millman. Early nominee for key player of the game.
Most definitely. Oh, yeah.
Stay tuned after the game for our post-game interview with our key player of the game, as voted on by me and Nick, really.
Yes, it's us. That's fine. I think everybody in the truck, the camera operators, they get a say. They're not up there freezing for no good reason.
It's a freezing 68 degrees outside. Just wait till a couple of weeks later in the year.
Right.
I will not want to be them.
No, we've got some late October game of the weeks going on, football too. So yeah, it could be breezy, could be chilly. And there's the schedule right now as advertised. Coming up in October, we've got Pioneer Huron football, Saline Pioneer men's water polo, and Huron Skyline football.
We'll be right back here for football in late October.
Love it. Love it. It gets breezy down around here, so yeah, you're not wrong. But who knows? It's been unseasonably warm thus far into the fall. Might get nice 50, 60 degree evenings.
Or maybe this camera operators will get lucky.
Maybe they'll get lucky.
More correctly.
It's not so bad in here.
It can get cold, but it's no comparison.
Yeah, it's not brutal. It's not rough. Got senior official right there. Ella Marigold. She's been at this for a while.
Out of bounds. Pioneers ball.
Here you see Skyline attackers doing a bit of that pressing themselves and trying to make some luck for themselves.
Well, they know what they have to do. They've got to put pressure on Pioneer.
Yeah, and at this point, you're down 5-0. What you really want to do is just put 1 or 2 in. While this game might be out of hand, you want to have something that you can hang your hat on.
That's right. Well, there's still 26 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Out of bounds. Pioneers ball.
Opportunity to get on the board and, get some equal pride going.
Mm-hmm. No, most definitely. And so many coaches will tell you, regardless of the sport, but especially with a smaller sport like a field hockey or a water polo, when there's not so many teams all across the state, most of the coaches are thinking forward to state tournament time. Everything is just practice working towards that state tournament. So any life lesson you can throw at these kids at this point, or any growing lesson you can get, that's the whole game plan.
Number 88, Aaron.
Well, Pioneer once again advancing past midfield. Pioneer once again getting the ball down deep. Looking for another scoring opportunity. That one sticked away by Skyline. Nice job there. Pioneer going to be awarded with the corner.
And while Pioneers had some really, really good opportunities with these corners, this hasn't been their main mode of putting the ball in the net tonight.
Corner, Pioneer.
Kresge will start this corner. The ball is put in play. Long shot. That one off a stick. That jumped really high.
Yeah, I think that deflected off Maya's steal down there.
Out of bounds.
You can see that
Pioneers
big
ball.
shot going off the Eagle defender near the end.
Off the stick.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
And hit with a high stick. Well, Pioneer will keep it. Taken away from them. Skyline will grab it. Try and move it downfield.
Eagle just blasting her way forward on that just through sheer will, cutting through those Pioneer attackers.
Eagles ball.
Well, at this point, part of it's about effort. How much effort do you give when you're down big?
Yeah, and that resonates with the rest of your team. That resonates with the coach.
There's a shot.
If you're a young player that wants to be a part of this squad for years to come, yeah, you do want to show effort. And if you're an upperclassman, you want to lead. You want to lead by example. No giving up. No keeping your head down. Body language is such an important part of high school athletics, the way that you carry yourself. And you want to be one of those players that keeps pushing forward, like we just saw with that replay.
Well, and none of these teams want to lose to their city counterparts.
No.
In any sport, at any time, home, road, they always want to beat each other.
Well, that's what it means to be a crosstown rival. And like we've talked about so much with a sport like this, like a lot of these girls, they know each other. They've been playing together, whether it's on club teams or on maybe middle school teams or whatever, and against each other in situations like this as well. So the familiarity's there. You don't want to lose to the people you know.
Pioneer trying to work it down once again. Just under 22 minutes to play in the match. Nice battle to get the possession back there. Lena Schroeder, nice work for her. Still working, trying to get that ball down low and get an opportunity. sticked away by Pioneer.
Yeah, Schroeder did an awesome job of getting that ball upfield, but she was kind of by herself. Once she got into that corner, it was just her against 3 or 4 Pioneer defenders. That was it.
Connected a pass. There's a shot. Looks like that was blocked.
Ella Roberts.
That was one of the first times I've really seen the Eagles with some open field around them, and somebody with the stick on the ball, and there was no Pioneers to be seen. So there was a great opportunity for her to continue to move forward and take a big shot. Look at that. Just
you could see the number of Pioneers down low, though.
Waiting for her, right. That's an aggressive goaltender out there, too. She was way out of the net, was Ella Roberts.
We saw that a lot in Huron's win over Skyline on Friday. Goalkeeper would come out, cut down the angle, and 2 defenders would come in behind her to block the net.
And that's beautiful, and that goes back down to what both of these coaches were telling me, trust, right? You can't go and do that if you don't believe that your players are going to have your back and help you out that way.
Out of bounds, Eagles ball.
It's good to have somebody watching your 6, as they say.
Picked up by the Eagles. There's a shot.
Kicked
away.
Roberts.
This is exactly what Skyline needs. Pressure on the goalkeeper. Get as many shots as you can.
Yeah, and every time that ball gets through, that's a little nudge of confidence.
A little mishandle there. Knocked back to midfield. Here's a look at it on the replay. Nice pass there.
Yeah, excellent job of recognizing that she was running into the defender and then just got that little wrister up and through. But Roberts swiped that one aside with the right foot pretty easily. And once again, trusting that her defenders would gobble that rebound up and turn it upfield.
Another corner for Pioneer.
You can see the Eagles all lining up, waiting for that ball to be passed so they can rush out, mark their player across from them, or attack the ball, whatever they need to do. They've had plenty of practice with that tonight.
Well, play has started. There's the shot. Trying to get a redirect. And knocked away by the Eagles. Looks like it was last hit by a Pioneer, so Skyline will have possession.
That big shot was Malia Flanders on that one. Here we see it get work around. Indeed, number 5. But a diving tip away. Serena Brimacombe, once again, just in the mix.
Pioneer at it again. That one over the goal line. Another look at this play. Just missed the connection there on the pass.
Yeah, it's fortunate for the Eagles on that one, but Pioneer executing really well throughout the course of this game.
They've been doing a great job getting in passing lanes.
Yeah, that's
interrupting and intercepting passes and stopping the Skyline attack.
Yeah, if there's been film watched, I would not be surprised. They definitely seem to know what the Eagles are up to, and yeah, like you said, just being there where they need to be at all times.
A little nice stick work there by Molly Watsa for Skyline. And got the foul, and Skyline will keep it. pass to the goal. Only 2 Skyline Eagles down there.
Yeah, I'm curious if that was more of a pass or just going to hit it really hard and hope somebody does something with it. Hope I get a lucky
maybe
bounce.
Maybe gets through.
Yeah, exactly.
Gets a shot on net. And a foul on the Eagles. Pioneer will have possession. 16 minutes to go here in the match. Hope you're enjoying all the action here on CTN Sports, the game of the week, Pioneer and Skyline. Women's field hockey. I'm Pete Poyer along with Nick Wisniewski with all the call. And there's a look at our social network. Feel free to log on and tune in, especially on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and get these games in some really nice high definition.
Really nice high definition. Some might call it scintillating.
Referee's whistle. Pioneer ball.
Yeah, with most field hockey matches, Pete, we have heard a lot of whistles here, and a lot of viewers might worry about the whistles and be bummed out about it, but it never slows the play down. Clock continues to move forward, and Coach Nixon actually had a really interesting way of looking at it. She told me the whistles, they're part of the game. The whistles just mean go. You know, the way that she looks at it, the way she coaches her girls up, whistle means go. If the whistle is against you, that means go, get back into your section. If it's for you, go, move forward.
That was bouncing near miss just to the left of the goal.
Now entering that goalie for the
And it looks like we've got a goalie switch for the Pioneers.
You're at a point now, maybe you want to get an underclassman a little game time experience.
That is Laura Simon in net currently. Heard a story about her before the game as well. There was a point earlier in the season where Ella Roberts could not make the away tournament off to the other side of the state, and Laura Simon just had never played goal before, never even tried it. She just said, "I'll do it." They sent her out there, and she played great. Coach Nixon talked about how aggressive she is, how athletic she is, and how she just had a natural head for it. So it kind of makes sense to get her in there and give her some opportunities.
Well, and willing to be a team member.
Love that.
Be a teammate.
Love that. But that also speaks to a really good program as well. You know, a lot of teams will progress far in a state tournament or do really well during the regular season if they've got a lot of seniors. But then once those seniors leave, if they've taken up all the minutes throughout the course of the season, you know, you're starting over. But if you're getting opportunities for your younger players to play in opportunities like this, then they're that much stronger when they get their chances a year, 2 years from now. And that's how you build consistent winners around town.
And, you know, I think that's the most exciting thing about doing high school sports is watching the players develop over the course of time.
Yes,
because you really see the development at the high school level.
Oh, for sure, because we can watch a player in this game or any other sport and say, oh, I remember when he or she just got those 5-10 minutes in there. And here's a ball that almost trickled through. Jaglin with a nice job of kicking that one away, though.
Corner, Pioneer.
Pioneer with another corner. 12.5 minutes to go in the match. And for Pioneer, this is just great practice.
Mm-hmm.
Keep practicing your corners. Keep practicing your technique. Now that shot was blocked out of bounds by an Eagle defender.
Yeah, as Coach Dixon said, the squad is still looking for their roles. They're trying to figure out their roles. This is that time to really hash that out. to figure out who you are, where you go, where you belong, what your strong points are, what your weak points are, and fixing those.
There's a pass towards the net, trying to get the shot on goal. And that one right on the pad, the leg pad of the goalkeeper. But a nice try, a little backhander. Trying to catch those Eagles off guard.
Whoa. Just a Ruthian big swing and a miss on that one.
Ball down low once again. And it'll be Eagle ball.
Out of bounds. Eagles ball.
The Eagles fighting, get downfield, and the Pioneers just playing their game. There's a pass to a streaky Eagle, and again, taken away. And another scoring opportunity by the wayside for the Eagles.
And still, once again, Pete, can't talk about this enough. The Eagles stepping up, getting in front of those balls, but then also taking that next step to send it forward or find that open space as a ball carrier. Just doing a great job of not just stopping things, but moving forward in transition and creating opportunities for themselves that way, whether it's on their own defensive end or further up in their offensive zone.
Pioneers attacking again.
I will say, though, I feel like the Eagles have done a better job of marking players. Their defenders have done a good job of marking attackers in this second half. They've seen where those players are coming from. They're getting a body near them so that big opportunities aren't happening on such a regular basis.
A much better defensive game plan this second half, only allowing one goal as the 4 in the first. So definite improvement by the Eagle defense.
Yeah, whether it's a game plan or just execution of the plan from the first half.
Out of bounds. Pioneers ball.
And the Pioneers got to be happy. There's only 4 seniors on this squad.
Right. Young squad, but just because they're young doesn't mean that they're inexperienced. You know, they've had varsity experience. They've played this sport for years. So many of these players have. So that's huge. That's important.
Well, and you look to your seniors for leadership.
Yep, that is definitely true. That more mature individual.
7 seniors on the Skyline squad.
Yeah, indeed.
Nice takeaway there. Still working hard. That's nice to see. Just 8 minutes to go here in the match.
Yeah, and with 8 minutes left, you would like to see the Eagles put 1 or 2 on the board at this point in the game.
I'm sure that's what they're really trying to do is break the shutout.
Yep. They have worked hard. They are carrying their heads high. That body language is still strong. So you'd like to see one of those players, any player, whether it's a senior or one of the younger players, put one in and get a little something for the effort. And maybe we'll see the Eagles start to press up a little bit more, bring those midfielders forward, and maybe even bring those defenders forward a little bit more, try to keep the ball in their zone and keep that attack, keep that pressure going.
Out of bounds. Pioneers ball.
Pioneer will move it after the out-of-bounds play. And just like that, back to the Eagles.
Out of bounds. Eagles ball.
Pass cannot connect. Pioneers still attacking.
They move into their offense really just almost effortlessly, Pete.
There are 2 players right there. And just did not connect on the pass. Well, looks like that would have been another goal for Pioneers.
Very easily could have been. Very easily could have been.
Here's the pass. You see the player parked right out in front, and a bouncing ball. Just cannot corral it.
Yeah, an unfortunate skip there, but you saw 3 Pioneers to 1 Eagle planted in front of the net.
Makes your goalkeeper feel awfully lonely.
Yeah, that's true. That's completely true. And while I don't think Pioneer's trying to rub anything in by any means, you know, they are still trying to score. They're not just sitting back and letting this happen. They want to play their hardest throughout the course of this match as well, play to the end.
I think they're just playing their game.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like to me.
Yep.
It's not like they're sending long passes, streaking down the field, trying to get a breakaway, something like that. They're just working their game.
Yep, I would agree with that.
There's always room for improvement on passing and all of that stuff. So.
And if you just take the last 10 minutes of a game off, you might start rusty on the next one.
Exactly.
So you do want to stay
sharp.
strong, stay sharp, exactly.
5 minutes to go on the match.
Out of bounds.
Pioneer with that big 5-0 lead. Skyline, I think, at this point, looking for some small victories.
Yep.
A goal would be one. A long downfield. Skyline gets hold of it. Trying to work their offense down the field to get another scoring opportunity. There's a pass in front. Intercepted there. Pioneer will stick it away from the goal.
And it really is impressive how quickly any of those Pioneer defenders or midfielders stop an attack from Skyline and then immediately move forward. It's really good. It's just heads-up play. It's experienced play to be able to do that as quickly as they do. Here might be one of the final opportunities for the Eagles to do just what we've been talking about, is one of those small victories here at the end of the game.
There's a shot and a kick away.
Goal save at number 34, Laura Simon.
You know, if nothing else, Pete, like you mentioned, one of the things the Eagles can hang their hat on in the second half is the fact that they've only given up 1 goal. You know, they really have toughened up on defense and squared away a lot of those sloppier plays in front of the net.
There's the corner for the Eagles. There's the shot. And defended by Pioneer.
Great job sacrificing your body on that one.
Pioneer attacking once again. Whistle. And another corner for the Pioneers.
And with only 2:13 left to go here in this game, you'd really like to see the Eagles, or the Eagles would really like to continue this strong defensive second half and clean this one up as well.
Conversely, the Pioneers would like number 6.
Yep.
Knocked aside.
Another heavy shot from Brimacombe on that one. We've seen her take some really strong shots from that point area. Great job receiving it and then getting her full body into it. Excellent form there, pushing forward, twisting through that one, getting every ounce
just
into
missed
it.
The goal.
Yep. Yeah, the form and the fundamentals are still there with only a minute left here in this game.
Really everything that the Eagles tried to do, the Pioneers had an answer for.
Most definitely. Not to take anything away from the Eagles by any means, but the Pioneers just look like the better team. Like we've talked about, they've received those passes much better. They've taken bigger, heavier shots. Strong goaltending on both ends, but just the aggressive play and aggressive execution by the Pioneers is what they can hang their hats on for this match this evening.
Well, the Eagles, they know what they need to work on. They need to get better with their passing and make sure that they do a little bit better defending, which they have demonstrated in the second half.
Exactly.
So everything is always a work in progress.
Yeah, with all high school athletics, like you mentioned it, that's the name of the game, is just think about the next thing.
Last 10 seconds of the match. Pioneer on the road, coming away with a big 5-0 victory over the Eagles as the final seconds tick off the clock. We're going to take a break and be back with a little bit more right here on CTN Sports Game of the Week.
Field hockey will be back home on October 14th, and they will play against the Chelsea Bulldogs. We will play at 5:30 p.m.
And here we are post-game with freshman Natalie Millman. Put in 4 goals this evening. Tell me about the aggressive style of play that your squad played tonight.
We just really wanted to win the game, I guess, and worked really hard for it.
And your coach told me a lot before the game about trusting your teammates. Tell me what that means to trust your teammates, especially in a match like this.
Yeah, mainly just like don't worry about yourself, but worry about your team more, and like don't focus on like individual stuff, and always encourage your team.
Encouragement is huge, but of course they're going to encourage you. You scored 4 goals tonight. How did that feel? How are you feeling right now?
Good. Yeah.
A player of few words, but a great, great game, and the key player for tonight. Pete, back to you.
And thanks, Nick Wisniewski and Natalie Millman, our key player of the game. Once again, the final here, Pioneer 5 and Skyline 0. I'd like to thank all the people that make this production possible. Our director, Rob Cross, audio replay by Nathan Johnson, graphics by Carl McCoy, and our camera operators, Taylor Eads and Dana Denha. Once again, for Nick Wisniewski, this is Pete Poyer, the final from Skyline High School. That is Pioneer 5 and Skyline 0.